Hi. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So I'm going to wait for a few minutes. Not necessarily a few minutes, but I'll wait a little bit before I get started, get into this conversation. Hey, perfect. Somebody's on time. Somebody's on time. So when you pop on, just send me a shout out or something so I can see and know who's here. Hey, girl. Yes, ma'am. I should have known you were going to be on time. Yes, Bridget. Hey, lady. I'm going to get started. That's number 2. Number 3 that popped up. Oh, somebody on time. Y'all on time. We doing it today. Because technically, y'all, I would be starting this probably like 10 minutes late. But today is a perfect day. Perfect timing. Perfect day. All right. So, because this is going to be posted at the top, I'm going to get started. Hey, T. Hey, lady. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I just want us to, kind of roll and not go over time. I've literally been trying to do these in about 30 to 45 minutes or whatever, but the topics and discussions have been so good, they ended up being like an hour. So we might roll that way, and it may go that way because of people that said they were going to join. But let me get started. Welcome to Camper Conversations. It is Friday. Welcome to my camper. So I always like to start out by saying I am not a relationship expert. I don't claim to be, ever proclaim to be any of those things. I'm a black woman in this world, living this life, having a good time, and doing the damn thing. That is who I am. I have had some experiences in life. I've had some just like everybody else has had. And the whole purpose and point of this page is called Real Life Relationship Growth. The whole purpose and point of this page is for us to come together and to discuss some things and talk about some things and give some advice or just kind of quietly sit back and watch. All of that is cool. Through the week, different thoughts and ideas and memes and posts or whatever come to me. Thank y'all for hitting me up in my inbox. Keep it going because the topics are always interesting. We have some that kind of resonate, some good, deep discussions, and we have some that's just kind of some laugh for kicks and giggles. No bashing. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys sending, inboxing me. Especially, I have to always say, especially the brothers, because men don't tend to get into very many conversations and discussions about relationships. It's usually a lot of women that do that. So I do appreciate the brothers who send me things and are like, you know what, I don't really want to post this, but can you post this and see what we get? So I appreciate that. The brothers who interact in here, I appreciate that. Ladies, I so appreciate y'all as well. This is a fun spot. This is a spot that we kind of all really kind of enjoy getting into. So let me get to the topic of discussion tonight. So last weekend, I watched a movie. Actually, it was my second time watching it because the first time I watched it, I really, really didn't pay a lot of attention to it, right? I didn't pay a lot of attention. But I found myself watching it again because it appeared to be a really good movie. So I wanted to come back later when I could give it time and attention. So that's what I did. And I'm glad I did. I watched it again. It's a movie on Netflix. And it's called Really Love on Netflix. Didn't get the actor's name, but one is Fine Brother, who's on I can't remember the show, but y'all know when y'all watching, y'all see, y'all can be like, oh, okay, it's him. Can't think of his name though. But the subject of the movie, y'all, was so good and it was so deep. And I thought it was so pivotal in the dynamics of relationships nowadays, in some aspects, for some relationships. So I'm like, I really, really would like for us to discuss this and see what the thoughts are, male and female perspectives of it. So I'm going to kind of recap and read to you guys what I wrote to to get kind of into the, okay. Thank you, Bridget. Mr. Kofi, Mr. Fine, that's who he is. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't know the female actress. I'm not sure her name, but he's a known actor nowadays. So, speaking of actors, did y'all see my son's clip? My son is an actor. He's over in London, y'all, and I've shared his videos. He's doing some short films and stuff, and brother is good. Plus, he fine. His mama's, he fine. All right. So let me get to this. My comment that I put up about 4 days ago to open this up. It says, ladies and gents, please take the time to watch the movie Really Love on Netflix. This hit a chord with me. This is the subject. The female, she, well off, educated, financially stable, comes from a family that has money, that's financially stable. Him, working his dream, street educated, struggling financially, comes from a blue collar family, parents that work. Okay? A real life story of a woman lovingly supporting her man, doing what she thinks helps, moving him in, taking on more because she has more. Him stuck between working his dream and trying to love her with the shadow that it all belongs to her. Trying to make his way, yet slowly pushing her away. And it says, I love for us to discuss this topic on Camper Conversations on Friday. So please watch. So I hope you guys had a chance to watch it. If you did not get a chance to watch it, and if you're just hearing about it today here, still, after we discuss it, please, go watch it. Go watch it. And as usual, you guys come back and I look at the videos, the insights on the videos after, and easily there's 100 views on these videos. So there's some discussion. So I hope everybody's getting something from it. I don't know that means you're thoroughly viewing all the way to the end, but if you are, great. If you're not, I'm glad you even came and, thought about looking at these videos and trying to discuss. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking out. They're painting my buildings, finishing up, so it's kind of catching my attention. So let's get into this. When I say this hit a chord with me, y'all know me. I'm totally transparent. Well, not totally. I'll tell y'all everything, but I am transparent. We do discuss things. And things especially that I think would maybe help someone, right? So the majority of you know the page stemmed from a page that was set up for me and my ex-husband. So the reason this movie hit a chord with me, because it was very similar, not all of it, but just the subject matter and what I typed here. Mine went a different direction at the ending of it. His purpose with being in the relationship was different than what this was, but it did. It hit a chord with me because this is the part where it became a little personal for me. Okay, so again, I said she was financially stable. She was well educated. She had her stuff together, right? She was going to law school, still in law school, if I remember correctly, but she was preparing to go into the world and be an attorney. Hey, Ron, going to the world and be an attorney, right? So she had it together. They met. He was a struggling artist. Didn't quite have his stuff together. His family even made him the blunt of some jokes. As far as when you gonna get your stuff together, when you gonna start a family, can you, or you got a job yet? Stuff like that. Stuff that I can remember hearing. So, they knew it was just obvious when the relationship came together. Everybody kind of knew it was obvious who was the one that had and who the one was that did not, right? So this is where it comes in, where I think I thought it would be a good discussion, a good topic. Ladies, I want to direct this question to you guys first, or this statement, or this. So ladies, we tend to sometimes feel like we're helping, when in all actuality, we're hurting and we're harming the situation. I know that gender roles take part in life in certain areas, certain times. In everything, to be honest. Gender roles take a place. The way we look at things. The expectation of what men do and the expectation of women do seems to be in society. That's something in society that says men are supposed to do this and women are supposed to do that. The makeup of what men are supposed to do and what they're taught and what they hear in society and what they hear in life is the man is supposed to take care of. The man is supposed to support. The man is supposed to be the breadwinner. The man is supposed to be the lead in the household and things of that nature, right? And I can agree with quite a few of those things. It's not always the case that the man is the breadwinner. The woman does potentially make more money at times. There are times when the woman does make more money than the man. And he has to be totally secure in himself to be able to deal with that. Truth be told, ladies, truth be told, y'all, I haven't met a lot of men who are secure in that. And that's just what it is. Just not secure in that. That's just what it is. But I think sometimes when we feel like we're helping, we're doing more of harm when we're in relationships and we feel like, let me help him out. Let me be the one who takes care of this and take care of that. So let me be clear. I used to have this thing, I used to say all the time that I don't give my money to men. Don't give my money to men. And I still adhere to that. I don't. When I'm seeing someone or I'm dating someone or whatever, I'm not buying them clothes, not buying them shoes, things like that. If we go out on a date, I have no problem with us, you take care of it one time, I take care of it another time. Because in all actuality, men are doing the same thing that we're doing. They are trying to see if you are the one, if you are worth their time, and if they want to be with you. They have that right. They're humans as well. So ladies, we don't own stock, the top stock in that. Like, we want to, of course, see if he's worth it. We want to see if he's somebody we can be with, if we want to be with, and all of that. They do the same thing, right? So in the process of doing that, we have to get to know one another even more and even deeper. For me personally, I don't give my money to men. That's where it stood and that's where it stands. If I'm in a committed relationship, and y'all know I'm a sneaker fiend, and we're together and I see a pair of sneakers that I like and I think would look nice on him, mind you, I say committed relationship, and we've moved to a different level. I'm going to get you, Bridget. We move to a different level. But when you're my husband, I feel like there's nothing that I won't do for you. When you're my husband, there's nothing that I won't do for you. But I think sometimes in these roles before becoming husband and wife, because I'm not even going to touch that one. When you with your spouse, you do for your spouse. You take care of your spouse takes care of you. That's how that's supposed to work. But when we're in a relationship, like in this situation, in this movie, the brother, he would come over, he would spend the night, they were spending time together, and she wanted him there. She wanted him to be around. She wanted to go places. She wanted to do things. But financially, he couldn't sustain it. So one day, he was like, he was going to leave or whatever. And she was like, why don't you stay? And he said, oh, I'm going to stay tonight. I am going to stay, because that's what they used to do. And then she was like, no, why don't you stay? Why don't you move in? And he kind of thought about that thing, and, they move on to the move, and he moves in. Number one, he moved into her place. She asked him to move in. Moved into her place. She asked him to move in. He didn't hesitate. I think he hesitated, but he did that. So we're on another scene. I'm sorry, let me get what Bridget's saying. Bridget's saying, putting gender roles aside for most, it's an internal feeling to do what you've been programmed to do. If we step away from that, it confuses things. Thank you, sis, because that's exactly where this is going for me. I think the problem came up when she said she wanted to take a job out of town. Oh, girl, you jumping ahead. Hold on. But back to what you said. When we move from based on gender roles, based on how society sees it and how we see things, they moved out of position. She moved out of position. And I'm going to say, initially, she was the one that stepped first and was wrong. She moved out of position. She asked the man to move in. And when she asked him to move in, it put him in a position where he was in her home, he was in her house, he moved into her things, and his position was kind of out of place. And it showed more and more in the movie because the more time went on and the more things happened, like they went to see her parents, right? And let me say this. When you have to kind of sugarcoat or you have to fluff up, when you have to sugarcoat and fluff up what's going on with your man or your woman, but in this case with your man, to make him appear as more than he is, first red flag, first problem, first indicator that there's a problem. If he can't come to your family and be impressed just by who he is already, that's a problem. That's those red flags that you're not paying attention to. That's those red flags that you're realizing, that you're already realizing, but you continue on. And that's what she did. That's what she did. You know, when she said he was an artist and the parents were like, oh, her mom was pretty much like, well, you know, they don't really make that much money. And then her dad was trying to be a little, you know, come on, you know, he was trying to go with it. But then she kind of puffed up her chest a little bit and she let her parents know they were living together. Her father's reaction was immediately, in your house? His whole mindset changed for that man at that point. So at that point, the brother was feeling even more insecure. He was feeling even more unworthy because it was recognized and realized her house, fluffing him up for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason, because he wasn't, you know, where he up to par to where she was. So anyway, they leave, and this is a point that I noticed, something I did not notice the first time. Hey, I think that's Vanessa. This is something I did not notice the first time I watched the movie. He stopped to get gas, right? Driving her truck. He stopped to get gas, and he was clearly agitated from the events of dinner. He goes to the pump, y'all, gets ready and realizes, so the window goes down, she hands him her card. She hands him her card to get gas. Lord Jesus, it was like deja vu for a minute, y'all, I ain't lying. But she hands him her card to get gas. More and more building showing why this brother is being stacked under stacked under stacked under. Yeah, Bridget, you remember that part now? That part stood out. So, long story short, y'all, she came up to a point of getting a job in Chicago, which would position her to become partner at some point. She started thinking about, should she take the job? Should she take the job? Another red flag, another problem. This man is not your husband. This man is not showing you that y'all necessarily have a future, but you're questioning, sis, should you take a position that's going to better you and take you up the ladder in your career? So this is the problem. His response was, well, that's something you should do if it's going to be better for you. She was looking for him to say, no, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. But that's not what he said. That's not how he responded. And in doing that, and in seeing that he wasn't responding in that manner, in that way, it started making her feel less and less a part of what he wanted. Vanessa, she moved too fast. I think he had a lot of respect to tell her to go. I agree. That's why I said I feel like she started the flow of this thing going left. She started the flow of it going left because she moved too fast. She positioned herself where she shouldn't have been, feeling like and thinking she's going to help this brother. Yeah, somebody got pulled over. She harmed things. She made it worse because she wanted to be with him. She wanted to be with him, but she moved too fast. She was not patient. She did not let the process take its place. I think she put the brother in a position where his ego and his pride were tapped on, because he knew he could not come up to par to where she was and what her expectations. Come on. Okay. We're back. Okay. I was disconnected for a minute, y'all. Okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah, I lost signal. Can y'all see me? If y'all can, just like, let me know. I think we're back. It was, I don't know why we lost signal, y'all. We always right here at the same spot. Let me know if y'all here. Okay. I'm gonna wait. Vanessa's here. Bridget, are you here, sweets? Ron, are you still here? Y'all shout out and let me know. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to try to pick back up. She moved out of order. Okay. Thanks, y'all. She moved out of order. She moved too fast and she moved out of order. I think the brother went into, it's no thing. He went into the relationship because he wanted to be there. He went into the relationship, I feel like, because he liked her, he cared for her, and he wanted to be there. But he was not ready. So let me come to the part of the brothers. So I've heard men say, if she had expectations, she was just flowing. You right, Vanessa. I don't even know she had expectations. I don't remember her laying those things out to him. I don't even know if they had discussions about what the futures were. The movie didn't depict that or show that. But in real life situations, having discussions, sitting down talking about what are your plans, what are your goals, where are we going? What does the future look like? What do you want? What are your plans for yourself? So not even knowing, I don't think, if the brother even had a plan. And key point, let me put a pin in this thought right here. Having a plan. I don't have a problem with a brother having a plan, but it has to be a working plan. I have to see you doing something that works toward bettering yourself, wanting to be with me, that you can better things for us. Didn't have that in the last situation. Had a lot of talk, had a lot of facade going on, and just didn't come out to be what they said they were. But in this situation, I think you're right, Vanessa. I don't think he even said to her that this is what he wanted, and this is what he wanted to do, and this is the direction they were going. I think she more so wanted it more than him, which took the dynamics out of place and out of position. But this is where I want to say something to the brothers. Brothers. I've heard men say, well, if she gonna let me do it, I'm gonna do it. If she's gonna give me this, I'm gonna take it. how can I put this? You a sorry brother if you say that. You a sorry joker if you say that. If you're going to take from someone just because they offer it, and you know that your intentions aren't good, or if you know that you're not even ready or prepared to even help or be a part of that, then you dead ass wrong. Let's see. Vanessa said exactly, I don't even think she had expectations. She was just flowing. Yep. He wasn't ready. Vanessa, he seemed he had a plan. She just wasn't ready to ride with him through it. And to be honest, they weren't ready. You know what? He seemed to have a plan, but that may be a part of the movie that we were supposed to just get, that, you know, something that wasn't necessarily spoken. Maybe that was something we were supposed to just kind of get. But you're right. And the reason I say you're right is because as things got better for him, he definitely didn't know himself enough to move in with her. He should have said no. He should have said no. Yeah, let me go back to that point with the brothers. If you know, fellas, if you know you're not in a position, to be able to move at least toward the things that you are saying that you're going to do and you want to do, leave the sister alone. Don't accept, don't take, don't do it. My cousin, y'all, who is no longer with us, Mike died a few years ago, some years ago. Mike died. He was my baby. He was in the family. Brother was like 6'3", solid, tall, and he was a math whiz, but we called him the gentle giant in our family. So my cousin Mike moved out here from New York, right? Try to get a start, do something different. He was working for an insurance company. I come from a family where there are more males than females. Explains a lot of stuff. Males and females. So my cousin said to me, you know, we talked about him dating, right? There was a particular young lady that liked him and wanted to start dating him. She was offering things like, you know, come to my house for dinner. He was straight up honest with her. Hey, I just got out here. I'm trying to build some things for myself. I just started work. I'm not really ready and prepared to go out, you know, take you out and stuff like that. This chick was ready. She was like, oh, it don't matter. I have it. Oh, you know, you can come to my house for dinner. And my cousin said to me, I am not going to put myself in somebody else's life if I know that I'm not ready. Financially, I'm not ready. I just moved out here. I'm trying to get stable. I'm not going to do that. And I had so much respect for him. And this is part of the reason why my expectation of men is what it is. Because the males in my family showed me, okay, Bridget, the males in my family showed me some things. And some things that I should look out for and I should desire when I'm, you know, getting into relationships or whatever. So I looked for those things. I desired those things. It just so happened that fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So there is no fooling twice. Just as what it is. So, when you know you're not prepared and you're not ready, fellas, brothers, do women a favor. Leave them alone. Get your stuff together. Work and grind hard. Get positioned to where you want to be. So if that's what you want, you'll be able to take on a relationship that may go into a family. Be fair. Like, so I don't think that he should have moved in with her. Ron said, should you pass on your soulmate or your true love because you're not financially stable? No, I'm not saying that. Because being financially stable is really, really tough nowadays. Or period. Being financially stable is tough. Some people are robbing Peter to pay Paul. Some people are living check to check. The majority of the nation is living from check to check. But this is what I'm saying, Ron. I'm not saying miss out. But what I'm saying is be accountable. Be responsible. and play your part and know. So if he delayed the relationship, he could have said, hey, I really like you. I'm finding myself really wanting to be with you and care for you and whatever. But I just need you to understand and know this is where I am. And until I can get in a better position, I'm not going to do X, Y, Z. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That can be a little agitating. But if she's right and her mindset is right and she understands patience is a virtue, she's going to rock with you. She's going to rock with you because you're not taking advantage of her. She's not taking advantage of you. Which means we can't go to Cancun. Roll my eyes on that because I should have been in Cancun already. We can't go to Cancun. Hey, Jackie. We can't go to Cancun. But we may be able to go to Tennessee for the weekend. We may be able to get a cabin and hang out for the weekend. But we can't be jet setting and traveling and taking all these trips and doing all these things because financially your pocket may say you could do it, but my pocket can't say we can do it. So that's my response to that, Ron. I think, what's your thoughts? Tell me, what your answer would be to that. I don't think you should pass up on someone who could be your soulmate in your future. But, yeah, like Bridget just said, you have to make adjustments. Make those adjustments and know, hey, he is not financially where I am. I have expectations. I have things that I want to do and I want to enjoy. But if I'm going to be with this man, if I'm going to be with him, I have to understand there's some things I'm going to have to put on pause. There's some things that I'm going to have to put on hold until he can better position himself. If y'all make that decision, then you got to be fair. If you're not ready to make that decision, sis, then bail out. Be like, no, I get it. I understand. It's not for me. It's not for me. But this is how we put ourselves in that wrong position, ladies. We think we can take care of things. And we want to take care of things. And then we start regretting it. And we start looking at him in a certain way because he not up to par. And he not doing it. And then, brothers, that ego and that pride and those feelings that you have, knowing that she's feeling a certain way and looking a certain way, it puts you in a position where, like, you in a position now where now you finding excuses and reasons to get out of the relationship instead of coming to her straight up. The dynamics of it just get all twisted. Vanessa said, I don't think he was wrong for dating her, but she rushed it. I think they could have worked if she didn't rush it. He was a good brother. I get that, Vanessa. I get that. I still think, in my opinion, I think he should have waited. I think she was trying. He was a good brother. He did appear as a good brother. And he did appear that he loved her. But she did. She rushed the scenario. She rushed it. She pushed it. And it pushed in a position in a way where he pulled away. And when he didn't say what she wanted him to say, she wanted him to say, no, stay here. Don't go to Chicago. She wanted him to say, we'll be together. We'll figure it out. That's what she wanted him to say. But the brother was not ready to say that. Bridget said, right, you have to make adjustments. Okay. So then Bridget said, you don't have to pass on your soulmate. You have to communicate. Period. Point blank, period. You have to communicate. Vanessa said, can tell she was confused. Gonna show up to his thing with the next man, and she didn't even want the next man. Sis didn't know what she wanted. She knew what her parents wanted. Yup, that's true. That is true. Ron said, I asked because you were saying men leave the woman alone. And again, Ron, I'm saying men for yourself, leave her alone. If you know that you're not going to okay, so let me put it like this. We know what our efforts are. we know what we're working and striving toward. And if working and striving toward being better, and we're getting better for ourselves, then that may not be the best time to add someone else in. If you know you want to be with somebody and everybody gets lonely and everybody feels like, I would love to be with someone, whether it's long term or whatever, if you're trying to get into a committed relationship or whatever, we know this is the hard part. This is where your selfless act comes into play. If I know that I'm not ready, if I know that I'm not going to be ready, then yes, Ron, I say leave her alone. And the same vice versa. Leave the person alone. Maybe y'all can have a great friendship that takes time to develop while things are developing more and more into what you need. Facts. Vanessa said, dang company at door. I have to go. I was ready for this convo. Hey, let them join in too. But yeah, Ron, I'm still on the thought process of you have to know where you are. You have to know where you are. Hey, sis. You have to know where you are. That's the big queen, y'all. You have to know where you are. Again, she moved too fast. I think she was trying to force things and rush things because she wanted to be with him. And he was not ready. Financially, he was not ready. He didn't have a place of his own, really. But, y'all, when he got to the point where his art was taking off, so he did. He got to the point where his art was taking off. He was with a gallery. He was with a studio or whatever. And he got that first check. And so when he did get that first check, and he started thinking, his boy came by. And he was like, come take you out, hang out, hadn't seen you for a while. He was like, I'm going to Chicago. His boy immediately knew what going to Chicago meant. He was going because he wanted her. He wanted to be with her. And her leaving was something that was just as hard for him in another way that it was for her. So I feel like this brother was like, you know what? When I get my stuff together, I'm going. And that's what he did. He went, got his stuff together. He went. And when he went, she was with another guy. Like Vanessa said, she brought another guy to the gallery, to the whatever. And she saw that he was with another guy. But this is where I applaud this brother, y'all. And I appreciate this. I love this. When I say, don't worry about another man, men, don't worry about another man. For those of us women who date more than one person, and we're looking to see who it is that we want to be with, a part of our decision making, brothers, is that one who is secure. That one is secure in himself. That one that's not worrying about that other brother. When we see that, man, okay. So this brother stepping up his game. He let me know, all right, you enjoy yourself, but I'll be here when you get back. Or, yeah, Ron, you got to watch the movie. You got to watch it tonight. So, when we see that the brother is stepping up and we see that he is positioning himself to be your number one, that is a plus. That is a plus. So he went to Chicago. And when he went to Chicago, she was there at the gallery. He saw her. He asked her, what are you doing tonight? They met for drinks. What are you doing tonight? And y'all went back to, I want to say it was either his hotel or his place or whatever. And they made love. When I say they made love, yo, I promise you I'll rewound that scene probably about 4 or 5 times. That brother. But then he kind of gets up and goes back into the same thing. He got a phone call. She didn't want him to take the phone call. He took the phone call anyway. Why? Because I felt like he was still in a place where he is positioning himself to be better and do better. And she felt like, once again, he's putting something else over me. So, he says to her, She like, he was like, why are you going to leave? We just had a wonderful night or whatever. I'm spoiling the movie for somebody, but you're supposed to already watch it. He was like, why are you going to leave? We had such a great night. We had such a great time. And she was like, oh, y'all, in the process of making love, she said, I missed you. I miss you. And the brother said, I love you. Ow. Y'all heard I was in a little fender bender earlier and got ahead of myself. Okay, shouldn't have done that. But we good. She said, I missed you. But he said, I love you. He was stepping up at that point, letting her know, listen, I let you get away, but I'm letting you know, not again. You're not getting away again. You're not getting away again. Wasn't enough for her, y'all. Wasn't enough for her. She left anyway. I'm not going to tell y'all what happened at the end, because I rewound the end several times again because I wanted to watch it. The first time I watched it to the end, I was like, huh? But then I rewound it and I watched it again and I watched it again. And I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything more about the end. But this was a discussion of the movie, y'all. But it also was a discussion of us realizing our dynamics in dating, how they can affect the future of our relationship, how you can kill it or how you can make it better and make it grow and make it glow. Ladies, we have got to know our position. We have got to know our position. This movie just brought out so much thought process. We have got to know our position. And when I say that, I believe in letting a man be a man. When you don't allow a man to be a man, then you place him in a position where he's now not with you, but more against you. And you feel like I'm doing the best thing for us, for our relationship, because I'm showing I'm supportive of my man. I am helping my man. But more so, it's called Really Love, Corey, on Netflix. Really Love. I'm positioning myself more and more away from him than I am toward and close to him. There's nothing wrong with being supportive. There's nothing wrong with helping your man. I'm all for that. I'm all for more so even financially when that man is my husband. That's just me. But when the relationship is building and the relationship is growing, we have to know that there are positions. Listen, y'all, this was not always my plight. This was not always my way in my story. But as time has gone on and I've gotten older and I've gotten wiser and I've gone to counseling, here's my plug. Counseling is the best thing you can do for yourself. Whether you think you are mentally healthy, emotionally healthy, sound or whatever, counseling. But if you know you're not mentally and emotionally healthy, go to counseling, y'all. Go sit down on somebody's couch. It will be the best thing you've done. The best gift I've ever given to myself is not my Z. It's not my car. It's not sneakers. It's not a new outfit. It's not the flip of my hair almost every week. I just love that. It is going to counseling because I've learned some things about myself that I wish I knew years ago. I learned some things about myself that I wish that in my first marriage with my children's father, who is a great guy, Daryl is a great man. Daryl financially supported, but we were both in a position where our youth and our experience in life did not prepare us to be husband and wife. But he's a great guy. The only marriage that I would call the man great. But I wasn't in a place, in a position that I needed to be moving into relationships. And I know that now. And I can say that now. And I can make apologies where I need to make apologies, because I was not about position, y'all. I just wasn't. I wasn't about position. I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted a man that was going to take charge and handle things, and I didn't have to, and lovingly not try to dumb me down, and understand my strengths, and understand that I'm an alpha female and it's okay to be an alpha female. I wanted that. I needed that. I wasn't not getting that. So what did I do? I kept being what I am. But we have to learn how to use our powers for good. I always say that. Bridget, I agree. You can be in a good relationship if you're not right. You can't be in a good relationship if you're not right with yourself. Exactly. We can't be. We can't be. So this sister, I want to say, I feel like she kind of sabotaged this whole relationship kind of by herself. Because I don't recall the brother ever saying he was going to do X, Y, Z. I just recall her doing this and doing this and doing this, and she trying to build it and build it and build it, and she's accepting the fact that he doesn't have and she does. So she's like, well, let me handle it, let me do it. But he was so crazy about her, y'all. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the end, but I will stop at the point where when they made love, she said, I missed you. I miss you. And he said, I love you. Sorry. But we have to know our positions. We have to know our place. We have to understand that God created us male. He created him female. He created male the way he created males. He created females the way he created females. We are a helpmate, ladies. And I get and I understand there are a lot of single women who have had to take the head of the household role. You have children and fathers that aren't there. You in relationships and the men aren't stepping up or whatever. So sometimes you have to lost connection for a second. Sometimes you have to take the forefront. Sometimes you have to be the head and the lead. But learn your man, understand and know that before you jump into, hey, you want to move in? Hey, you want me to do this? Hey, you want me to do that? And then even doing it without him asking. Ooh, be careful on that one. Be careful, ladies, on doing things for men that they don't even ask for, they're not aware of. Be careful. Because you don't want him to feel like, dang, did she even think I could? Or she didn't even wait to see if I could or to see if I did. Now, I'm not saying sit back and watch things not happen. Y'all, I'm not saying do that. Like, we had a lawnmower bought to cut the grass. The house would look like nobody lived there. Like, it was abandoned. So, if I have to say too many times, are you going to cut the grass? Are you going to cut the grass? It's a good day to cut the grass. Think you're going to cut the grass? If I have to say that too many times, brothers, then understand I'm going to handle it. And when I handle it, I don't need to hear how you disrespected, how I went ahead of you, and blah, blah, blah. Understand, we have needs and desires and wants just like you all do. And I'm not going to tiptoe on eggshells over your ego when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, but you expect me to do what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't work like that. So we should respect each other the same of that. Marshawn said, never stop learning him. Always, always, always. Never stop learning him. That's right. Never stop learning him. Yo, this is the third car they done pulled over. Lithonia police is on it tonight. Y'all missing y'all quota or something. Like, this is the third car in the same patrol car. These brothers got nothing else to do. Sorry. So anyway, you have to position yourself Know your role. Period. Like, and if that offends you, then you need to understand what that means. Know your role. Fellas, we have expectations. We have expectations. We want and need you to do certain things. If you say I'm the man, then damn it, be the man. If you say I got this, then have it. Take care of it. So we don't want to be in a position or feel like we got to do it because you're not doing it. And you want us to sit back and just wait. That's not fair. That's not fair. So communicate with your significant other. Communicate with your spouse. Communicate with that dude that you're dating and you're feeling and you want to go further with. Communicate with that young lady that you're feeling and you want to go further with. This whole video today, this whole live today was about the subject matter of that movie. And the subject matter of that movie was positioning yourselves where you should be. Because when we don't position ourselves, like Bridget said earlier, that's okay, B. Like what Bridget said earlier, when we don't position ourselves properly, we take things out of order. The whole program is off. And once it's off, it's hard to get it back. It's hard to get it back, y'all. She walked out. Not at the end of the movie. Again, I'm not telling y'all the end. I'm telling y'all up to the point of when he went to Chicago. She walked out after him telling her he loved her. She said to him, "You didn't ask me to stay." All she wanted was for him to ask her to stay. And he said, "I'm asking you now." Still not the end of the movie. I'm not going to spoil the end. He said, "I'm asking you now." And she still walked out. Why she walked out? I'm stuck. Are y'all seeing me? She walked out. Why she walked out? Because the damage had already been done for her. Like, she felt like he didn't fight for her. He didn't try. Can y'all, are we still flowing? Claudia said, "I'm stuck." Can y'all give me a thumbs up or something if the video is still going? We still good? Okay, thank you. Thank you. She wanted him to fight for her. And fellas, understand, women want to be chased, in a sense. In a sense. Women want to be sought after. We want to feel like you want us, that you desire us, and that you need us. And it's not just, the physical. Like, it's obvious when a brother think you fine and he's physically thinking the physical. That is obvious. Paula, hey girl. It is obvious when a brother, we know when a brother physically wants us. There's no question about that. But the question comes into play when we want to know or feel that he emotionally and mentally are connected to us and want us. So be fair. Fellas, y'all have to do y'all part just like y'all want us to do our part. But position. Once you steal a man's pride from him, ladies, it's hard to get back. Just like once we lose respect for them or they make us feel a certain way, fellas, it's hard to get back. Communicate with one another. Show one another. If that's the person you want, then show them that's who you want. Like, we get in these things like, I'm not going to show him more than he's showing me. I'm not going to show her more than she's showing me. For what? Like, you trying to impress one another. You trying to impress one another. If I have to feel like all the time that I have to pull to find out if you really like me or if you really want to be with me, I'm going to stop pulling. That's just me personally. I'm going to go but for so long. And when I don't feel that, I'm going to walk away from it. And it might be too late. It might be too late, depending on how you respond and what you do. Because everybody has their reasonings for acting certain ways, but just know it may not be acceptable for the other person. So what I posted earlier today to get you guys ready for this camper conversation, a meme that I saw, it says, what if we are both red flags? What then? What if we are both red flags? If I'm being a red flag for him and he's being a red flag for me, then, a simple short answer to it would be walk away. You see red flags mean stop, hey, don't go this, stop. That's pretty much what red flags mean. They're an indicator. But sometimes red flags could mean this particular thing is an issue and a problem. That particular thing, not the relationship as a whole. Not the relationship as a whole. If you see a red flag and you can't discuss it with the person, then walk away. Get away from that. It's a problem. It's a problem. Y'all gonna end up having issues and problems. Walk away. But if it's a red flag and y'all have a discussion about it, and he can now understand, oh, I didn't know you felt that way, or you thought that way. Or she can be like, oh, okay, I get why you do things the way you do it. If you can't do that, then walk away. But position. Ladies, if you have not seen the movie, y'all go watch this movie. Go watch this movie. And if you want to come back and we discuss more, if you want to come back and put some comments on the videos, which I'm going to post, I'm going to post at the top once we're done. We got 3 minutes. Staying on time, staying on course. Watch the movie and tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think. But Vanessa and Bridget and Ron hadn't watched the movie yet. Ron, I hope you go ahead and watch it. I'm going to call you after it's done, Ron. Watch the movie and see what it resonates for you. Ladies, if you're doing what she did, stop. Brothers, if you're doing what he did, communicate with her more. Give her at least that much to say, hey, I want you. I want to be with you. I desire you. You cool. I want to rock with you. But, I'm just not ready. And if she can't respect that or appreciate that, walk away. Ron said, perfect example of women going on words and men going on action. Yes. Perfect example of that. Perfect. Women going on words and men going on actions. That is the perfect example of that, Ron. You right, bro? You are right. Big man. I call him Big Man, y'all. That's my friend. Hey, Big Man. But yeah, that is a perfect example of that. Words. Like, just me personally, y'all, words aren't big to me. Words don't mean a lot to me. They just don't. Actions speak. And if you say one thing, I expect to see that, because I'm not just going to stop on words. Ladies, we get caught up with that. Like Ron saying, sometimes, ladies, women get caught up on, oh, he said, if the brother is not doing, I don't care what he said. But brothers, be honest, be upfront. Be upfront. Because women are emotional. Get caught up in emotions and feelings, and then, hurt. People get hurt like that. But I always say this, y'all. Ladies, don't assume a thing unless you've had a conversation with this brother and he said, hey, want to be with you? You want to be with me? I like you. Do you like me? Check yes or check no. Will you be my girlfriend? If y'all don't have that conversation, don't have the expectation that he is yours and y'all are exclusive. If you do and y'all haven't had that conversation, it is all on you. You can't call him a dog. You can't call him a cheater. You can't do this and you can't do that. You cannot. Do not assume that a man is yours just because y'all hanging out. Do not assume that a man is yours just because he called you every day. Do not assume a man is yours just because he wants to see you. Do not assume that a man is yours just because y'all having sex. Do not. If you choose to lay down with this brother and y'all have not made a commitment to one another, then that's on you. And some people are fine with that. Some women don't mind doing that. Some men don't mind doing that. But if you're looking for something more, you're looking for something with substance, you're looking for a future and not just a right now, talk to each other. Talk to each other. Don't assume. Don't come out of position. Don't do more than you want to do or you should do. You have to understand what that dynamic is for you. All right, y'all. So I'm getting ready to stop. I need to go put some heat on, take some ibuprofen. I'm going to end this video. Woo! A massage will be perfect. I'm going to end this video. I hope, we all got something out of this. I thought it was a great discussion. I'm so glad for y'all input. I'm glad y'all had some input. My sister, don't think I didn't see that you was late, Claudette. But y'all, I think this was a great discussion. So remember your positions, remember your places, because we have positions and we have places. Don't get offended by that. I don't have no position. I ain't got no place. Yes, we do. We have positions and places in this world, in this life, in this dating game, and we have to understand what it is. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself, whatever you do, whether it's relaxing or getting out. Be safe. COVID is real. Stop acting like it's not. Mask up if you're going to be out. Keep washing those hands. And love on one another. Respect one another. Enjoy one another. Let's not set up situations and positions and places where somebody has to look at us cross-eyed or want to talk about us or whatever. All right. I love y'all. I think we good. Go watch the movie, and you can still comment on the video after you watch the movie. We still can share. Love y'all. Have a great weekend.